secretaries, stop the sell-off now. Big welcome to everybody. Thank you for coming on this miserable wet day, but it's a great day because we're going to fight these horrible cuts and the sell-off. Could the speakers please come to the stage now? All the speakers up by the stage. Okay, so the last and final speaker is somebody. I introduced Angela as the queen of the campaign, and Jeremy's a bit of the daddy of the campaign. Jeremy Corbyn, MP for Islington North.
Shirley, thank you very much, and thank you very much to every single person that's come here today to show your support for our National Health Service. Brilliant turnout. Thank you very much indeed. A few thanks. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Shirley Franklin for her work in setting up, leading and maintaining the Defend Whittington campaign. Shirley, you're a star. Thank you very much for what you've done, what you do and what you will do to ensure our hospital is safe. To Jem, happy birthday, and all those that have been the centre of this campaign, thank you very much. You work and speak for all of us who want to see our National Health Service safe and in safe hands. I went across the road from the rally a few minutes ago to say a big thank you to my old friend Hetty Bauer, now 107. She remembers as a child the First World War. She remembers the general strike. She remembers the mass unemployment of the 1930s. She remembers the Blitz and the Second World War. And she remembers that great spirit of 1945, that with all the hardships, all the difficulties, all the shortages and all the problems, the political leadership at that time had the courage to say, what comes first is health, housing and education. And they invested in all three. Council housing was built, new schools were built, the National Health Service was founded, free at the point of use for everybody, because they believe, we believe, I think the whole of our country should believe, it is a matter of human rights that our society guarantees everyone health care throughout their lives and throughout their existence. It's a fundamental and crucial thing. Now, our campaign today has got a lot of support from many unions, Unison, GMB, Unite, the NUT, the Fire Brigades Union, many other unions as well. And lots of people who are involved in community centres and community work, and the pensioners groups are here, the youth groups are here. And I want to say a big thank you to both our local papers, the Islington Gazette and the Islington Tribune, for getting totally behind this campaign for the Whittington and for our hospital. And a big thank you to all those that have given so much help and come from so many other hospital campaigns, be it Barnet, be it Chase Farm, be it Lewisham, be it West London, all those that have come and joined in. But what is the issue we're facing here? This hospital was founded by people with a vision, long before the NHS was founded. The Manor Garden Centre in Islington was founded by people with a vision of health service free at the point of use. The current board of this hospital seem to think there is great merit in selling off a quarter of the site for some money, £17 million has been mentioned, and making 500 staff redundant, or their jobs redundant, in order to transfer care into the community. Well, I've got two bits of news for them here. First of all, Block A on Dartmouth Park Hill was sold off to the Mental Health Trust and UCLH Trust, who then sold it on to a property company that just happens to be based in the Channel Islands, where they don't pay any tax. And we now rent that building back from a tax evading property company Is that a sensible use of NHS money? Is that a sensible use of our resources? Are these buildings theirs to sell or ours to keep? I ask you the question. Once you start portioning off and selling off bits of the health service, you end up with us as tenants of the private sector rather than proud owners of the public realm and the public sector and the public security that goes with it. That is why we have told this board in no uncertain terms we are against this sell-off. Now, I've listened to their arguments very carefully and at great length about community care. I support community care. I don't want people unnecessarily in hospital. I want people to have care at home after they leave the hospital. But I do not see it as an alternative. I also look at the census returns for our area and our community, and what do I see? A fast rising population with increasing elderly and increasing young people, very fast rising population. I see a daytime population of Islington double the residential population, from people who work here, people who come here, people who attend Arsenal games, all kinds of things. They're all at risk without a major hospital nearby. Mark my words, halving the number of beds in this hospital puts in jeopardy the whole future of our hospital and our NHS. I don't see this community care idea as an alternative. I see it as an add-on to an already existing, very good and very popular local hospital. That is why we are here today, to defend our hospital in our NHS. And I conclude with this thought. We are not alone. Lewisham Hospitals in South London, Chase Farm Hospital, West London hospitals, all over London, the same nonsensical financial criteria are being used, where PFIs come in to bleed the NHS dry, buildings are sold off, people are made redundant, and the services are then auctioned off to the private sector, who then make huge profits and are killing out of the NHS. Therefore, I'm delighted that on May the 18th, there'll be a London-wide demonstration. Please all be there. And after that, I want us to go national, because the principles of the National Health Service are that we fought for and won a National Health Service. The generation of my parents fought for and won the principle of a National Health Service. It's not ours to give up. It's not ours to give away. And as Hetty Bauer said, as Angela Sinclair and so many others have said, they have fought for an NHS. It's up to us to defend it. There are millions of people around the world who lead short, unpleasant, difficult lives, who die because they cannot afford to see a doctor, they cannot afford to go to a National Health Service. In the richest country in the world, the United States, 40 million Americans have no access to regular health care. They look, the poor that is, with envy at what we've got. Don't destroy it, don't give it away. And if there are hard choices to be made in public expenditure, then let's make them. Let's cut expenditure on nuclear weapons. Let's cut expenditure on wars. Let's increase taxation for those at the other end who can afford more, and invest in health, in education, in jobs, in schools, in homes. Invest in people. They are our greatest resource. This hospital is our greatest local resource. Stand by, defend it, don't let them sell it, keep the NHS. Thank you very much.
Our hospital is not for sale. Stop the sell-off now. Our hospital is not for sale. Our hospital is not for sale. Our hospital is not for sale. Whose hospital? Whose beds? Whose buildings? Whose jobs? Whose medical secretaries? Stop the sell-off now. I hope you can hear us, board. The board say they're listening to us. We say stop the whole of the sell-off Now, stop the sell-off now, everybody. Stop the sell-off now. Stop the sell-off now. Big thank you to everybody who's helped us. Big thank you to Team Wit. Fantastic. Big thank you to all the stewards. And what we'd like you to do now is to help in the clear up. Please help us to put all the bits of placards away. And that's the end of the demonstration. Big thank you.